Hey, welcome back to Chasing Growth, and we continue sharing ideas on leadership, organizational health, and personal growth. And today I want to talk about a leadership model that I hope will help you to become a better leader. I believe the leaders have to be generous with their time, with their knowledge, with their wisdom, with their stories, with their mistakes, with their errors, and with every time they fall, they show how they learn, and in every aspect they have to be givers. They have to be generous with the people around them, with the people who's following them. Great leaders know that it's not about them, and they know that it's not about them increasing. It's more about them decreasing so others can increase. So I have created this model of leadership that hopefully will help you, and you can follow it. And it's very simple, and it's just the word give. The model, the leadership model that I want to present to you is just called give. Leaders give, and the G stands for God first in our life. That is the most important thing that you have to remember. That's the key thing that you have to remember every day. You have to remember that without God, apart from God, you can do absolutely nothing. God have to be first. So let me ask you this: is God first in your life? If you say yes because you're going to church and you're doing some Christian disciplines and different things, you're tithing and all that stuff, be very careful, because what I'm talking about, very careful, because what I'm talking about had to do with falling in love with God and relying on His power for your leadership, getting to know Him, studying the Bible, meditating in what the gospel means to you. One of the things that's so important for me is when I think about the gospel, the good news, and what Jesus did. Every time I see it, I realize how messed up I am and how much I need it. I seek God honestly. I confess honestly. I say my sins as they are, as hard as it can be. Your sin can be whatever: pornography. It can be things that you have anxieties. It can be things related to your marriage. Whatever it is, you have to approach to God with a complete honest heart. Seek Him first and see what He can do. Please don't get this confused. Please don't get this confused with the Christian disciplines. How you can do this? One of the things that you can do is to develop maybe a declaration that remind you that apart from God you can do nothing. That He's in control. That you have to rely on your Holy Spirit. You can write it down. You can read it. I also will recommend have a posture of prayer to the day. Not just praying a specific time, but be praying, in talking with God constantly, making Him His presence so by you all the time that you will know He's there. You will be acting like the God Almighty is by you, and that will help you tremendously to develop this. And again, seeking God first in devotionals, in reading the Bible, getting to know Him more and more, asking questions, but overall, a brutally honest relationship with Him. You have to be honest with God. When you disobey, just confess it. When you are arrogant, just confess it. When you think you deserve something, just confess that. When you think entitled about your needs, just confess it. When your life gets scary because there's situation, problem, just confess it. Confess that and seek God first, His kingdom first, and everything else will be added. That's the G on give. God first in our life. If you're not doing this, it won't happen. The rest of the model doesn't really help you at all, because this is key. And you're saying, well, it's so basic. We all should be doing that. Are you doing it? Are you doing it? And if you're doing it, great. Keep seeking God. Keep seeking God. Keep seeking Him first. Meditating, spending time with Him. Whatever you can get your hands on it to try to get to know God more, do it. Why not? And then the I stands for intentionally serve. Now, this happened. This is a second part with God first and then intentionally we serve with the I, is because we cannot really serve from ourselves. Like I said, we all suck. We all have nothing to offer. If you know me, and for some reason we get to talk, I have absolutely nothing to offer from me. All I have to offer is for what God have done in my life, the things that He's doing in my life, how He's filling my own life. But I have absolutely nothing to offer to you or to anybody. But I know that what God is doing in my life, I can offer it, and I can offer it in service. But I have to be intentional, because it's so natural for us that we're always looking for ourselves first. How can we get a benefit on this? How can we manipulate that? If I do this for somebody else, what can I get? And that's very natural. But the service, intentionally serving others, and seeking opportunity to serve others, have to do with this idea of serving people even into when it's painful and difficult, as Jesus did. Doing the service when we feel is below us. Doing the service when nobody's watching. Doing the service when nobody's praising you for what you're doing. Doing the service that nobody want to do. So as leader, we have to intentionally serve. It won't happen naturally. What naturally going to happen is that we want to get. We want things. We want entitlement. We want absorb things. We want more power. We want more authority. We want these perks here. We want all the stuff will happen. But if we have to take that away and remind ourselves that we intentionally have to serve others. It's about others. It's about us decreasing so others increase. Putting others first. A simple, we always try to teach our children to open the door and to be one of the things that I love to see my kids. And some people whine about me talking about my kids. I don't care. I'm gonna talk to them about them all I want, because they're very important in my life. They, what is something I love? They never sit at the table into mom and their sister is sitting. And I see them sometimes. They're hungry. They want to sit. They want to just start eating. And it's difficult and it's painful. But they know they want to show this idea of respect and service to them. And they have been doing it for a while. And it's so good to see. And I know that's very basic, but you and I, we have that opportunity to serve others when we see simple needs in some people having a hard time doing something, learning something. There's any opportunity that you have that you can open the door for that person to learn something. I think the people who have served me, giving me opportunities, opening the door for me to opportunities, for example, giving me the chance to do something. So leaders, we have to be intentionally serve others, and sometimes will be painful. Sometimes we'll have to watch people's feet, and they will be gross. But we have to do it. We have to do it. It won't come natural. Also, in the same idea of leaders have to be generous and they have to give, we are in the letter V, and the V stands for vision. As leader, we have to inspire people to be better, for a better future, a better tomorrow. Not just steps. When a politician comes to you and say, hey, this is the 12th step to fix that, nobody listens, nobody cares, nobody remembers. Do you remember Hillary Clinton's slogan for the campaign? You probably don't. I don't remember it. But you remember President Trump's Make America Great Again. Even if you don't like him, it's catchy. Inspire you. Who Americans don't want America to be great again? So, leader, we have to be able to provide that vision, inspire. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "I have a dream from the future," and he went to a speech that many years later we still quote it and we still talk about it. Why? Because it inspires us to be better, inspires us to change the world, to have a better tomorrow. And leaders have to be able to present a vision that is inspiring and the people want to go there because it's good for them. You may be thinking, well, I'm not that type of leader. I don't talk that way. I'm not good with words, etc., etc., etc. But remember, it's not you. If you're seeking God first, His supernatural power, you're seeking Him to do it, He can make it happen. You just need to go for it. And the last one is empowering the next. The E stands for empowering the next. As leader, it's our job, it's your job, my job, not to delegate tasks, not to have a simple list of items that you check. We empower people with authority. We empower people to make decisions, but we also protect them. This may be a little bit weird for some of you, the kind of the way I'm gonna present it, but for me, when I choose to empower somebody and I wanna invest in somebody, what I don't do is just to say, oh, okay, I'm gonna empower these people and see what happens, see how it goes. I like to see this more. I decide to. It's more the feeling of adopting somebody. For example, if you adopt somebody like Jesus adopted us, through His sacrifice and all that stuff, or if you adopt a child, or you have adopt somebody in your family, whatever. If they do something wrong, if my kid do something wrong, I won't fire them. I won't say, "Hey, Lucas, you did this wrong. You're fired from our house. You have 2 days to leave." That never happened. Who have done ever? Nobody does that. Nobody fire a family member, or you can be upset with them, but they're still your family. The way I see empowering, when I start empowering people, is this idea to not task, but give them authority, but also protect them and be there. And it's almost like choosing to adopt someone. So you cannot fire when they do something wrong. Okay, you have to work through the mistake with them. They do a mistake, well, you empower them, so you have to work with them through it. It's not just, hey, strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, and you're out. That is real empowerment, because you're not only giving this authority, you are there with them. And as you know, great leaders not only challenge, but they also support. And we're going to talk about that another time, but you empower the next leader, you empower the next generation, you empower, not just teach them. One of the things that drive me crazy, especially at church, have to do with this idea of the professional church, and that we hire professionals to do church, and nobody really is empowered. The people come and go to church every Sunday, the thousands of people, and they all think that only the pastor can preach, only this person with the title can do that, and that's not true. Where is the empowerment? And then it's crazy to me to see job postings for churches. There's like thousands of people attending, and they have job postings seeking for somebody. It's ridiculous. Where's the empowerment? When people is going to church and being empowered to get involved, they just do the parking lot and they do this other thing. No, empower people, empower leaders. Stop delegating. Find real thing when it's risky and it's scary. And you sometimes you don't know what's gonna happen, and you're willing to go with them. And like I said, you're choosing to adopt this person, these people, and not just letting go because they do a mistake. Because the reality is that with mistakes we learn. When somebody who's following feel empowered and feel that confident, and they're gonna be able to make a decision, and when they make that decision, there will be support, and they won't be just fired because they make a wrong decision. Instead of that, they're gonna be empowered more and guide and support, so they can make another decision and get better. Because I failed so many times, and I'm telling you, you're not failing a lot, you're not growing, you're not advancing. So I love this idea of empowering. But let me close here. So we have this idea of having a leadership model that can help you. The one that I follow and I use for myself is have to do with this idea of leaders be generous. So I use the word give. Leaders give. And we have God first in our lives, super important, intentionally serve others, vision for the future, and empower the next. That's the word give. So you can take that and start practicing all this. And you can create your own to follow. This you don't have to do exactly the same thing. You can use other ways to remind yourself, but you have to create a model. And I hope this one will help you to be able to become a better leader, a leader who inspires, a leader who does other things, but overall a leader who's seeking God first. Well, thank you for listening today. I hope you like this podcast, and if you do, please subscribe and share. And we're gonna be posting one of these every week. And again, we keep growing. We keep sharing ideas on leadership, organizational health, and personal growth. So let's keep chasing growth together.